Guys, welcome back to another video on the Wrath Box. Today we're going over tournament report for Blitz with Kassai, and this is a go wide version that I built. And if you guys don't know, I won this bad lady here recently from a classic constructed tournament, going 3-0 with Katsu. And that video I actually posted that video right before this one, and I won this bad lady right here. And everybody knows this is the real waifu of the game. So favorite character of the game, favorite hero, favorite artwork. So we're gonna keep we're gonna make it a series, man. We're gonna keep playing these tournament reports on Blitz, and we're gonna try to win one with Kassai. Unfortunately, we didn't get the win this time. We went 1-2. Gonna go over the rounds. We played against a Steelblade round 1, and that guy actually went on to win the tournament, and it came down to the wire. I'll go over that. Round 2, we play Brute. Kind of won that one relatively easy. It wasn't too big of a hurdle on that one. And then round 3, we went up against a Benji, which also came down to the wire. So we're going to go over the reports. I'm going to give you guys the lists, and we're going to get right into it. So you guys know we play the Kassai, beautiful cold foil, and your 2 sabers. And so for the weapons and equipment, we're going to go over now, which we play your Vest of the First Fist. Man, is that a tongue twister. Your bracers, your Hope's Merchant's hood, and the refraction bolters. We also sideboarded 3 rune pieces here. 3 null rune, that is our sideboard, and that is our equipment, along with weapons. In the matchup against the rune blade, I actually went in with the gloves over the bracers. Like I said, I could have tossed it up to either one, but I went in with the gloves, and you're gonna see why. What the hood actually came in very huge. In a way, we'll talk about that soon. So round 1, we go up against Runeblade, and I actually pull off a big chain. I think I did like 17 damage in one turn. I went off. I was able to hit like the Warrior's Valor into one of the gold wide things you'll see here, but let's get into the list. So we play your full hit and run, and this is the gold wide version. So in this version of going wide, we're gonna actually be swinging with your Centauris and then bobbing and weaving in action attack cards. And so round 1, we're playing against the Runeblade, and I go off for a big attack while he's building up rune chance. So you know you're gonna take a big swing at some point during the game. A big swing's gonna be coming, and so you want to you're kind of racing against the clock almost. You know, you're trying to race against the time there. Either he's going to finish you off in one big swing, or you're going to finish him off before he can get that swing off. So we play your 6 Warrior Valors. That is your full line here that I play for my go-agains, as well as 2 driving blades. Just 2 blue driving blades. We play 2 red sharpened steels. And in the Runeblade matchup, it got down to 1 HP. I got down to 1. I let myself get down to 1 HP, and he was down to 1 HP. And it came down to a wire. He goes and he swings. He gets the go again on the Moravian Skies on one of the hits that I let go again. And I had the Merchant's Hood, a 4-card hand, to go ahead and grab the Steelblade stunt. Well, Steelblade shunt. And unfortunately, I did not know, but see, now this is where you get the experience of playing in these tournaments, that arcane damage is dealt prior to the reaction phase. So when I played down the shunt, thinking that I was going to take the win off the 1 damage because he hit me with the Reaping Blade, unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. I took the arcane damage and I took the L. I didn't have enough to pitch it out anyways, because I only drew into, there was 2 reds and a yellow, and he had like 4 arcane damage. I would have still been short either way if I would have been able to pitch it all out. But I didn't know that was the case. So I was a pitch short, because it was 2 reds, a blue, and the Steelblade shunt. So it was pitch the red, play the shunt. Even if I would have had the 3 pitch to get rid of the arcane, he still was coming at me with 4 arcane and would have still finished me off. But it was a close game. It was a very close game. I learned a big lesson on that. You know, your arcane damage is going to come before the reaction phase. Therefore, the shunt will not be going first. It's going to be the arcane. So keep that in mind. So opponent wins that match. He actually goes on to win the entire tournament. We also play your 2 Iron Song responses and 2 Blue Dauntless. And we are playing the Big Spice. So that is 2 red and 2 blue overpowered. Very great card. Won me the Brute matchup towards the end. This is round 2. We go into the Brute. And opponent wasn't drawing the best of hands. So I was actually kind of going in. I was able to also hit one of those big turns where it was like, you know, Red Warrior's Valor into a hit and run off the second swing to another go again to playing one of my go wide action cards and just swinging for, you know, tons of damage. So we're also playing 2 blue shunts, and these are your 1-ofs in this case. Now we're playing 1 Spoils of War, not because the deck list needs to run 1. You actually want to run 2. I just don't have the second copy. Very expensive card, just don't own it at the time. We play 1 route. Tech card, I only own 1 of these, but it's still a tech. I wouldn't probably put 2. I mean, you could probably fit the 2 in here, but I play with 1. Push Forward, very underrated card. I love playing it. I only play 1 of. I may increase it to 2 because I'm going to, like I said, we're going to probably make this into a series where I just keep going in with Kassai until we win 1. And so we play 1 Push Forward, 1 Stroke of Foresight, and that is our warrior cards. And the next cards are going to kind of be our go wide stuff. So that is our version of warrior cards, and these are our go wide cards. And actually, before we get to the go wide list, we also play 2 red Sync Blows. Now the Sync Blows, I actually substituted, well, not substituted, but I took out the 2 red sigils and I put them in with 2 Sync Blows. In hindsight, I think it was a good toss up, because every time I played the Sync Below, it came into the full just 4 damage negate effect. Really played into it. Had those bin sigils, I probably would have still taken 1 damage. So those came into heavy, and this is going into round 2 against the Brute. Sorry, I got off topic for the deck list. But yeah, in round 2, opponent just didn't draw well, so I was able to hit something with like our big go wide attacks, like your push the point. This is where I wanted to get to. So we went, it was something like Red Valors into hit and run. She let the Red Valor hit for 5. Then I think it was a yellow hit and run. So then I swing second Centauri, so it's swinging 5. And then she let the second one hit and swinging 4, so I'm swinging 9. And because she let it hit, push the point, comes in for 6. And then plus we played the bracers, which I popped on it. So then I gained the red. And so for bracers of belief says flip the top card and it's 3 minus the pitch value. And the next action card gains that much damage. So I popped the red on the flip, gaining +2 plus on the push the point because the previous attack hit. Push the point was swinging for 6 plus the bracers for 8. So I was able to get the 5, 9 plus the 8, which is your 17 damage. And I was able to hit that actually twice in round 1 and in round 2. Very big combo chain. We also played 2 Vigor Rush. We cannot forget the 2 cash-ins. I played the 2 cash-ins in the list. And we played 2 Ravenous Rivals. So for you guys who want to see the way I actually work the list, this is where the vest comes in. The vest comes in off the Ravenous Ravel or the Vigor Rush, and I'll explain that in a bit. As we go into round 3, we play Benji, and came down to once again to the wire. I got him down to about, was it maybe 2 or 3 HP, and I had the finishing hand. Fortunately, opponent was able to get a decent turn where I just couldn't hold on to that hand, and I had to merchant away for a Steelblade shunt to try to stay alive. And I actually hit the Steelblade shunt. And this is the same thing in round 1. I forgot to say. So before I even hit that Steelblade shunt in round 1, I actually had the Merchant's Hood 4 cards to fish that Steelblade shunt. I think I did say that, and I was able to hit it thankfully, but still didn't get the win. But same thing happened in round 3 where I had to go ahead, pop the Merchant's Hood to go into the deck to try to get the Steelblade shunt to get enough block damage off on a reaction to stay alive, which it did trigger, and I was able to stay alive. But unfortunately, just wasn't able to close that game out. Opponent with Benji can play some low attack cards, but you just cannot defend cards from hand, and didn't have any reactions in the arsenal or any armor to block, so I had to take that L on Benji. But it came down to a very close game. If I'd have had one more hand, I would have probably been able to close it out. Just fortunately, it was in a defensive position, and I couldn't get out of it. So that is your 1 and 2 for that tournament. back to the Vest of the First Fist. So the way the deck really works with this, it's you can actually trigger this off your Ravenous Rabbles or your Vigor Rushes. So what you can do is you can Ravenous Rabble. If they let that hit, you can go into your Vest of the Vest to get you things like your Valor's Warrior and the Centauri Blade Swing for free, which then saves you a blue pitch for something like a big overpower. So you could go essentially Ravenous Rabble, Vest of the First Fist, drop a Red's Valor or drop a Valor, swing Centauri, and if they let that hit, you're gaining go again. You can then play some mind games, just swing the next Centauri for 2, and if they let that hit, that's when you can pop bolters, and because you were able to save a pitch from your vest, you still have some pitch value in hand. You're able to pitch that, swing your push the point, or in this case, you don't even have to pop bolters. You can just stack your overpower because you were able to save the pitch values from the vest. So that is why I play the vest. Lets you keep cards in hand to just pitch for bigger things like overpower and other go wide things here. So that is the deck list, guys. I went 1 and 2, some very close games. Came down to the wire round 1. And oops, no, that's the breaking. Oh, I almost dropped the little stand there. But yeah, that is your 1 and 2. And I hope you guys enjoy the list, man. Thank you.